It's Natasha with the Free Life family, and we are coming to you from the Ark Encounter here in Kentucky. We have been so excited to come experience the Ark Encounter because it has been something on our bucket list for a very long time. There's not that many reviews out there with families with little ones coming, and so this is what we're doing today. That's so cool. How many of each animal went in? Yeah. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you know about Noah and the Ark.
It took them 100 years to build it, and it looks ginormous.
Ginormous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to go inside? What about you? What do you know about the Ark? You don't know? Okay, give us some 14-year-old knowledge. What do you know?
I know there are two types of, well, every animal there are two. There's a male and a female. That's as much as I know.
And why? Why a male and a female?
That way they can have kids and then the whole species can continue.
That's right. How do they make babies?
I'm not doing that.
Here we go. Okay, I'm a little bit of a sap, but I am super emotional walking this ramp up to think about one man, and because he did what God was he did what God asked him to do, he saved his family. So as I'm watching my sister and my son come up, I think about that. I think about the few that were saved because their dad followed God's will. So that's why men and women, but men, you are called to lead your family. It's really special. Noah, his wife, his sons, and his sons' wives entered the ark. All the livestock, every beast, which winged creature, and every creeping thing in which is the breath of life went into the ark 2 by 2. right off the first level. It's a good thing, huh? Lots of snacks to choose from. Forever in a fallen and cursed world, God banished Adam and Eve from the garden. He set angelic beings called cherubim as guards with a flaming sword to prevent anyone from returning. See the angels right here? Yeah. And look, Adam and Eve have to leave the garden. Okay, here we go. The next enclosure. I don't see any animals. Maybe they are all on the ark. It's a gorgeous day. I'm not sure why we wouldn't be able to sit there and eat. Hi, what is your name?
Avery.
How old are you?
4.
This is Avery, and she is 4 years old. Avery,
Yeah.
what did you think about the Ark Encounter?
It was so cool
What was cool about it?
that we got to see like animal sounds, hear animal sounds.
Okay. See how they were kept in the Ark?
Yes.
Yes. Was there anything about it that you didn't like?
No.
No? Okay. Was there a lot of reading?
Yes. But I was scared about a couple parts of it.
You were scared with a couple parts of it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good, honest review. Thank you. Malia, how old are you?
I'm 14.
Okay. Give me your honest review of the Ark Encounter from start to finish.
What happened in the Ark Encounter?
Give me your review. How did
Oh.
you like it?
It was fun to do it with little kids.
It was fun to do with little kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you recommend your 14-year-old friends to come?
If they're interested in this type of stuff, yes. But if you gotta go hang out with friends, I'd say you can pass. You'll be fine.
Did you learn anything?
It's basically repeating the same thing I've learned in church.
Okay. What if somebody was not familiar with church and this was their first experience?
I'd say then, yeah, they'd like it.
Yeah. Was there anything in particular that stuck out to you more than anything else?
Not really.
No?
No.
Okay. What about the size of the Ark?
It's pretty big. I thought it would be a little bit smaller, but it ended up being pretty big.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Carter, how old are you?
I am 7 years old and I am reviewing Noah's Ark.
Okay. Thank you. And what did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I just didn't like the videos too much that were there.
Okay. And what about the exhibits where you had to see the animals and their cages? What did you think about that?
I thought it was pretty cool. I just didn't like how you couldn't like touch anything there.
Okay, yeah, a lot of signs said do not touch. Okay.
And but everything else I thought was really cool. I liked how it also teaches you not just about Noah's Ark, about lots of other stories too, and
Right.
that's all.
That's a great point. It does talk about a lot of other things. Is there anything in particular that you really loved learning about?
I loved learning about, I kind of forgot too many.
The Tower of Babel.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going through at the very end, seeing how the Bible has been given to other parts of the world.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Do you recommend coming to the Ark Encounter for 7-year-olds?
Yes. I would say bring something that, not like a wagon, but bring something that you can sit in if your legs are hurting.
Okay, because it is a lot to walk through. That's a great point.
Oh, and for 7-year-olds, it depends on if they can read a lot.
Right. Okay. Good point.
All right.
Anything else?
Here, out.
All right, thank you. So with the Ark Encounter, it is a 3-story replica of Noah's Ark. And when I first entered the Ark, I had all of the emotions. I was feeling very emotional about, picturing Noah, this righteous man of God, doing what God wanted him to do, even though the whole world was against him, and doing what he needed to do for his family. And as I watched my family entering the Ark, I just kind of put myself in Noah's position of watching his hard labor and years of, going through the self-doubt and the enemy and the people all doubting him, but then when the day come, having his family be saved and entering the Ark when it really mattered. So I had all of the emotions in the beginning. The Ark itself, it's massive. It's much bigger than I expected. Of course, we understand what the dimensions are because the Bible gives that to us, but when you actually see it right here, it is so much bigger than you actually could imagine. Now with the kids, I will say that I had a wagon and I am so grateful that I did. Wagons are allowed in the Ark. Just be mindful of everybody else around you, but they are allowed, and I am so grateful that I had that because I have, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I have my 14-year-old sister with me too. She didn't necessarily need the wagon so much, maybe a little bit, but it was more my 4-year-old who could jump in and out as needed. And it was a great place to throw our water bottles and our coats and my purse so that we weren't loaded down the whole time. So as we were going through, there is a lot to read, but we came with the expectation the expectation that we were not going to sit and read through every little thing. So what I did was, as we were going through the things that I thought would be really impactful for the kids, I would stop and read it out loud to them. Even my 7-year-old, he's starting to learn to read, and so he was able to really engage and read some of that too. And then the other things that I thought would take just a little too much time where they wouldn't be focused, I just screenshotted it, and I'll go back and read that later. The whole experience is that of wonder, that of feeling like you are inside a piece of history. And I will say the kids did feel that. They were really interactive. Now my kids know Bible stories, they know Noah's Ark, but they were really, they appreciated the history behind it and learning more about it and seeing it, what it actually could have been. Now, the downfalls of this place. It's a pretty penny to get in. It cost us a pretty penny to enter today, and it did not include everything that they have here to offer. So that was a little disappointing. There is zip lining. Zip lining cost extra. There are supposed to be camel rides. Camel rides cost extra, but very disappointing that when we actually got down there to the camel rides, no camels to be found. So that was very disappointing. There are a couple restaurants here. For our timing, we didn't have time to sit down at the main restaurant, so we went and grabbed a sandwich at the other building, and it was kind of subpar but really expensive. So and then with the petting zoo, we were very disappointed with the petting zoo. Most of the areas that would have animals were empty and there were no animals. They had a few goats that you could pet, a couple little pigs that you could pet, but that is really pretty much it. And then around the area they have these little buildings for pizza, for barbecue, popcorn, a sweet shop. All of that is closed. It's middle March and it's a gorgeous day. I'm not sure why it's closed, but it is closed. So I feel like we definitely paid to be here. We paid a lot of money to be here, and we definitely did not get the full experience outside of the Ark. Inside of the Ark, great. Outside of the Ark, subpar. So just keep that in mind when you come. And yeah, so as far as the Free Life family, where do we land this on family trips? We would say that if you are interested in the historical part of this is going to rank up there at a 7-8 because of the wonder of how big it is. There's nothing like this in the world. It's amazing, with the exception of the actual Ark that you can't get on because it's stuck at the top of the mountains. So that is us, Free Life family, and we'll catch you next time.